Have you ever felt a physical pain that seemed to escape any medical diagnosis? A persistent discomfort in the neck that accompanies you for days, like a shadow that creeps into your movements? Or a feeling of heaviness in your chest that takes your breath away and prevents you from fully enjoying yourself? Or a dull ache in your legs that shows no sign of abating despite rest and treatment, limiting your freedom and desire to explore the world? Maybe you've tried treating it with medications, physical therapy, or natural remedies, but the relief has been temporary, like a fleeting respite in a seemingly never-ending battle. You have consulted specialists, carried out thorough tests, but no one has been able to identify the cause of your malaise, leaving you with a sense of frustration and confusion. What if we told you that these pains could be messages from your body, signals from a deeper dimension, silent whispers that your soul sends to communicate with you, to guide you towards healing and understanding yourself? Traditional medicine often focuses on treating the symptom, on suppressing the pain, but neglects the root of the problem, which may lie in the emotional, mental, or spiritual sphere. Like a gardener who simply cuts off the dry leaves without taking care of the roots, conventional medicine may offer you temporary relief, but it will not solve the problem at its source. In this story, we will guide you to discover a different perspective on pain, a holistic vision that considers the human being in its entirety as an inseparable unity of body, mind, and spirit. You will discover that every part of your body is a mirror of your inner world, a channel through which your emotions, thoughts, and experiences manifest. Like a landscape reflecting the weather, your body shows signs of your joys and sorrows, your fears and hopes. The pains you feel are not simple physical signals, but deep requests for attention, invitations to look inside yourself, to understand what your body is trying to tell you, to embark on a journey of knowledge and transformation. Accompanying the wise Zen monk Taro to his hermitage in the hills of Japan, immersed in an atmosphere of peace and spirituality, you will embark on a journey of discovery and understanding. Far from the chaos and frenzy of modern life, in a place where time seems to flow according to ancient and natural rhythms, you will have the opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to listen to the voice of your body, and to understand the language of your pains. You will learn to recognize your body's signals, to decipher the language of your pain, and to transform them into opportunities for healing and personal evolution. You will discover that every pain holds a message of inner growth, a precious lesson for your journey. And if you stay with us until the end, we will reveal to you an ancient technique handed down by the monks of the Kiyomizu-dera monastery, which will allow you to interpret and transform your pains into energy and peace. This technique, based on meditation, visualization, and deep listening to the body, will help you re-establish inner harmony and live a more conscious and serene life. As an alchemist turns lead into gold, so you can turn pain into wisdom, strength, and compassion. So don't miss the finale, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss new content dedicated to your spiritual well-being. Kiyomizu-dera Monastery, with its wooden pagoda that stands majestically on the hill, was a place steeped in history and spirituality. Founded in 778 AD, at a time when Japan was still shrouded in mystery and magic, the monastery had seen generations of monks pass through, custodians of ancient knowledge and traditions. Its walls had witnessed wars and periods of peace, famines and moments of prosperity, but the flame of spirituality had never been extinguished, fueled by the devotion and wisdom of the monks. Visitors came from far and wide to admire its beauty, to pray in the main temple, to stroll in the Zen gardens, where every stone, every tree, every stream was arranged in a harmonious order that invited contemplation, or to participate in meditation retreats led by the monks. Among them, Master Taro was known for his profound wisdom and his ability to help people find inner peace. His fame had spread far beyond the monastery walls, and people of all ages and backgrounds turned to him for comfort and guidance. His deep and compassionate gaze, his serene smile, his calm and wise words had the power to soothe souls and open new perspectives. One day, a group of disciples gathered around Master Taro for a 3-day retreat dedicated to listening to the body and understanding pain. They were men and women of different ages and backgrounds, united by the desire to find relief from their physical and emotional suffering. Some suffered from chronic back pain due to stressful work and bad posture, some from migraines triggered by anxiety and worries, some from joint pain, a sign of an aging body and blocked energy. Everyone brought with them their own story of pain, but all were ready to open up to the Master's teaching with the hope of finally finding an answer to their questions. Taro, sitting cross-legged on a meditation cushion with his saffron robe and shaved head, began his discourse with a question: "What does pain mean to you?" The disciples responded with different definitions: a warning signal from the body, a punishment, a test to be overcome, an obstacle to happiness. Taro listened carefully to each response, then said, "Pain is a messenger, a guide that shows us the way to healing. We must not fear it or repress it, but welcome it and listen to it carefully." The Master explained that physical pain often reflects emotional or spiritual distress. Repressed anger can manifest as a pain in the chest, fear as a stomachache, sadness as a lump in the throat. The body, Taro said, is like a musical instrument. When the strings are tense, the sound is disharmonious. Likewise, when emotions are blocked, the body becomes stiff and ill. To free oneself from pain, Taro continued, it is necessary to dissolve emotional knots, harmonize the body's energies, and find inner peace. Meditation, yoga, conscious breathing are precious tools to achieve this goal, but the key, the Master emphasized, is deep listening to the body. Learn to observe your pain without judgment, Taro said. Ask yourself, what is this pain telling me? What do I need to heal? The answers, he explained, can come in different ways, through an intuition, a dream, a significant encounter. The important thing is to be open and receptive to the body's messages. In the following days, Master Taro guided his disciples in various practices of meditation and listening to the body. He taught them to bring their attention to their breathing, to perceive physical sensations, to visualize pain as an energy that transforms. She encouraged them to express their emotions, to free their voices, to cry, to laugh, to dance. She took them for walks in nature, to contemplate the beauty of flowers, to listen to the birds singing, to connect with the vital energy that pervades everything. One day, during a walking meditation in the bamboo grove surrounding the monastery, a young man named Kenji suddenly stopped, an expression of pain on his face. "Master," he said, "I feel a sharp pain in my back, as if I were carrying a huge weight on my shoulders." Kenji was a successful businessman, accustomed to working late, taking on many responsibilities, never delegating. Taro approached him and asked softly, "Kenji, what is this pain telling you?" Kenji closed his eyes and concentrated on the sensations. I feel I feel like I can't stop, that I have to keep going, that I can't allow myself a moment's rest, he replied in a tired voice. I'm afraid of disappointing other people's expectations, of not being up to my role. Taro nodded in understanding. Your pain, he explained, is a sign that you are overexerting yourself, that you are not giving yourself the rest you need. You are carrying a burden that is not yours, the burden of other people's expectations. Remember, Kenji, that true strength is not in always doing more, but in knowing how to dose your energies, in taking care of yourself, in delegating when necessary. Kenji reflected on the master's words. He realized that he had neglected himself, that he had sacrificed his health and well-being on the altar of success. She decided to change her approach to life, to learn to delegate, to say no, to allow herself moments of pause and rest. During another meditation, this time sitting in the Zen garden, an elderly woman named Hana confided to the master that she suffered from severe pain in her hands, which prevented her from carrying out daily activities and dedicating herself to her beloved knitting. Master, she said in a sad voice, my hands are stiff and painful. I feel as if they no longer belong to me. Taro gently took her hands in his, looking at her joints deformed by arthritis. Hana, she said softly, your hands are a symbol of your ability to give and receive, to create and share. Maybe you feel stuck in this aspect of your life, or maybe you are having trouble letting go of something you are attached to. Hana reflected on the teacher's words. She realized that since her husband passed away, she had closed herself off, stopped seeing her friends, and abandoned her hobbies. His hands, once agile and creative, had become a reflection of his sadness and loneliness. Encouraged by her teacher, Hana began to open up to the world again. She started seeing friends again, enrolled in a ceramics class, and began volunteering at a hospital. Her hands, engaged in creative and altruistic activities, began to regain flexibility and vitality. Hana discovered that giving and receiving love were like two wings that allowed her to fly towards healing and serenity. Day by day, the disciples immersed themselves ever more deeply in Taro's teachings. Through meditation, yoga, conscious breathing, and contact with nature, they learned to recognize their body's signals, to decipher the language of their pain, and to transform them into opportunities for growth and healing. They discovered that pain was not an enemy to be fought, but a teacher to be listened to, an ally on the path of personal evolution. At the end of the retreat, the disciples gathered around Master Taro one last time. Their faces were radiant, their eyes shone with a new light. They had found answers to their questions. They had understood the meaning of their pain. They had learned to take care of themselves and to listen to the voice of their body. Before leaving, Master Taro revealed to his disciples the secret technique handed down by the monks of Kiyomizudera to transform pain into energy and peace. This technique, he said, is based on visualization and conscious breathing. When you feel pain, imagine it as a dark cloud in the sky of your mind. Inhale deeply and visualize a ray of golden light penetrating the cloud, slowly dissolving it. Exhale and let go of the pain, transforming it into light and love. Taro led the disciples in a final meditation during which they practiced the technique of visualization. They closed their eyes, focused on their breathing, and imagined their pains as dark clouds dissolving into golden light. A sense of peace and serenity filled their hearts. When they opened their eyes, the disciples looked into the distance with a smile of gratitude and hope. They had learned that pain is not a condemnation, but an opportunity to heal and evolve. They had discovered that true strength lies in the ability to listen to one's body and follow the wisdom of the heart. As the sun set behind the hills, painting the sky with shades of orange and purple, Master Taro retreated to his room to meditate. A serene smile lit up his face. He knew that his disciples had embarked on a path of healing and transformation, and that they would bring the seeds of peace and compassion into the world, and that, for him, was the greatest reward. But the story doesn't end there. A few weeks later, Master Taro received a letter from Kenji, the young entrepreneur who had attended the retreat. In the letter, Kenji said he had put the master's teachings into practice, having learned to delegate, to say no, to allow himself moments of pause and rest. The pain in his back was gone, and Kenji felt more energetic, more serene, more in touch with himself. He had discovered that success is not measured only in terms of profits and career, but also in terms of well-being and inner harmony. Hana, the elderly woman with pain in her hands, also wrote to Master Taro to thank him. She said she had started spending time with her friends again, had signed up for a pottery class, and had started volunteering at a hospital. The pain in her hands had eased, and Hana had rediscovered the joy of living and sharing her love with others. Kenji and Hana's letters filled Master Taro's heart with joy and gratitude. He knew that his teachings had sprouted in fertile soil and that they would continue to bear fruit of healing and transformation. His mission was accomplished. He had passed the torch of wisdom to his disciples, and now they would light the path of